I have been waiting for this for a long time. Today we continue the season previews of 2021 to the Philadelphia Flyers, a team who you could argue has the best odds to win the Stanley Cup and is also my favorite team. So this preview may be a little bit longer than others because I do have some more knowledge on this team than I do in other teams, so you know what I mean. So yeah, anyways, let's get into what can happen for the Philadelphia Flyers in the 2020-2021 season from my perspective. First off, if you are new to the channel, hey, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And also, if you haven't already, please go subscribe down below. We're really trying to gain as much subscribers as possible. And here we are currently, at time recording this video, we are 47 subs away from 700, which is unbelievable to say. We're almost 300 away from 1,000, which is gonna be an unbelievable milestone when we reach it. And we're moving pretty dang quick. We're getting subs every day, so it's amazing to see it. I thank you all so much for it. And yeah, we're going to keep grinding on this content. We're going to keep getting as much out as possible. So yeah. And also, if you haven't already, please go check out the links in the description below, which includes my Twitter, my Instagram, my Discord, and my TikTok. So yeah, if you want to check those out, go follow them, join them, do whatever you want in them. That'll mean a lot to me as well. And yeah. Anyways, let's get into what happened last season for the Philadelphia Flyers. So last season for the Philadelphia Flyers was, above all, a good season, since considering in 2018-19 we weren't really that good. So last season they played 69 games, had 41 wins, 21 losses, and 7 overtimes for a total of 89 points. We were 6th in the NHL. We were second in our division. 6th in the NHL, second in our division, and Pittsburgh was one below us. So that goes to show how competitive the Metropolitan Division is. And we're definitely going to make a video at some point looking at how competitive some divisions have been and how competitive some divisions are going to be. So yeah, it's going to be pretty entertaining. We were 6th in the NHL. We beat the Montreal Canadiens in the playing rounds, or not in the playing rounds, in the first round, in a total of 6 games there. And then we lost to the New York Islanders in the second round in 7 games, which is probably one of the worst series I'm ever going to experience ever. So, Montreal. Let's start with the Montreal series. The Montreal series was honestly brutal, hard-hitting, and if you ask me, we barely got out of there alive. I think we were lucky to get out of there. I think we got lucky on the Niskanen suspension. We got lucky on the Habs' intense scoring. We got lucky on the Habs' intense defense. Carter Hart carried us through that entire first round. You can't say anything. And our team. I remember I was camping for all the first round against the Canadiens. So you know, I wasn't at my house to actually record all this data. And, you know, I was watching them and I was like, you know what, this team doesn't look in it. And on paper they really weren't. They really weren't putting anything on the goals. They were getting 3 to 4. I think the most they got in the entire playoffs was 5 goals in a single game, which isn't bad, but you know, we were getting 2 to 3 goals a game. It was unbelievable. And then on games that we would lose, we would lose 5-0. We would lose 4. We would lose 5-3. We would get destroyed. So it was pretty brutal when it came to that first round against Montreal. We're lucky we got out alive. Canadiens fans can criticize me all they want about that. I will definitely make a video on how ridiculous that series was, to be honest with you. So, you know, with that. And then the Islanders round. Arguably one of the worst rounds I've ever seen. The Flyers, they blew every single lead they had. They blew every lead they had. Game 1, we lose 4-0. Alright, whatever. I was kind of pissed off about that. Game 2, we win in overtime, but we were up 3-0. We barely got out of that game alive. Game 3, we let in some ridiculous goals, and we lost Game 3. Game 4, we also let in some ridiculous goals, and we lost Game 4. Game 5, we were winning. The Islanders came back, but we won in overtime. Game 6, we were winning. The Islanders came back. We were winning. The Islanders came back. We won in overtime. And then Game 7, same score that we lost in Game 1, 4-0. And then Game 6 too, Tyler Pitlick. I have a signed Tyler Pitlick puck. I was ready to chuck that. I was ready to sell that. I was ready to sell that Tyler Pitlick puck. Although it wasn't going to get me much of anything, I would have definitely sold it. It made me so mad. They made me so mad in that playoffs. I know these guys are seeing their first years of hockey, like Konechny's seen his first season, Farabee, Frost, a lot of guys on that team who have been there for their whole entire career really haven't seen much of any playoff hockey. So, guys were seeing their first taste, and they really haven't gotten much experience in the playoffs. And yeah, honestly, I think part of the reason why was because we didn't have Nolan Patrick. Our defense wasn't playing very well, except for Provorov and Niskanen. And the goaltending was there, it was great, but the offense needs to be there. And if the offense isn't there in next season, they'll bring someone in. Not like a coaching change, but they'll definitely bring someone in. And it just makes me mad, honestly. Like, those playoffs, bro, they made me so angry. The key departures list is short and sweet. It's only Matt Niskanen. So we'll get into Niskanen here. So Niskanen, when he was traded for Gudez, I was a bit optimistic. I was like, okay, I liked Radko Gudez. It sucks to see him go to Washington. I mean, Washington was my fifth favorite. Was my fifth favorite team. Hi, Washington. My pennants are hanged up there. I haven't done the setup tour, but that's planned for today actually. So we lose Niskanen. I was like, crap. There goes our second best defenseman, because I argued that Niskanen and Provorov were probably one of the most underrated deep pairings in the league. I still believe that to this day. Niskanen, he had that suspension in round 1. It sucks that he had to go, retired at 33, but yeah, we re-signed Justin Braun to a 2-year contract, and I was like, you know what, Justin Braun, he gave me a lot of neck pain, because I was a San Jose Sharks fan for a little bit. Now they really fallen off. I'm sorry, don't bite me, but yeah, the Sharks have really fallen off in my favorite teams list. They were like 4th, they're like below the top 20 now. So it sucks. It honestly sucks that we lost Niskanen. But who we got back in return, I'm not exactly sure if that's a better improvement, but it's something. The key arrivals for the Philadelphia Flyers this offseason was also short and sweet. Eric Gustafsson. Gustafsson coming from Calgary. He was really a rental in Calgary, so I wasn't surprised there. We signed Gustafsson, and I was like, okay, so he's going to play, that top pairing with Provorov? Honestly, I think anyone will get a shot at that. We'll get into the defense later, but Gustafsson, I was like, okay, so he's gonna come in here and play a shot with Provorov. I looked at his stats because I didn't know Gustafsson too well, because he was playing in Chicago and Calgary, which were teams that I didn't really follow much at the time. Now I follow every team, so And Gustafsson, I saw he had 40 points. I'm like, all right. I checked Niskanen stats. He had 32 points. I'm like, okay, so he's a little bit better offensive-wise, but is he going to be good defensive-wise? And I looked at his plus-minus. His plus-minus wasn't too bad. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that as well. I think Gustafsson will fill in on that second pairing. I think someone will definitely move up there. Probably Philip Myers. Or you can even argue Gostisbehere, but I think Gostisbehere is on his way out. And, yeah, that's our key arrivals list. I've heard rumors of them trying to acquire Patrick Laine. It's not smart, honestly, unless you're going to get someone really good for it. Unless you're going to trade someone away really good for it, because really the offense is not a problem. Trading away the defense. The defense is the big problem in Philly. We've never really had that sustained defense. We have Provorov. If Gostisbehere can have a bounce-back season, I think Gostisbehere stays with the team until the end of next season. Maybe gets traded at the trade deadline, whenever the heck that is. I can't remember. He probably will get traded at the deadline. Or he may even get deal before the beginning of the season. So, everything going on with that. I think the Flyers will definitely put Gustafsson in that second pairing. And yeah, everything with Gostisbehere, that's all that rumors going around. But yeah, a Patrick Laine trade would be dumb. A Johnny Gaudreau trade would be dumb as well. I talked about that before. But yeah, this team is looking pretty interesting with these new arrivals. The projected lineups offensively for the Philadelphia Flyers honestly doesn't look too bad when I look at it. So left wing side there, starting out there, you have Giroux, Lindblom, James Van Riemsdyk, and Michael Rothwell as your top 4. Then you have Andrioff as your fill-in guy, a.k.a. Taxi Squad. Center core there is stacked. You got Couturier, Hayes, Patrick, and Scott Lofton. Then you got Morgan Frost and German Rubstov. That's if Patrick plays. It's looking like he will, but I'm not sure. And then he could always back out. And then you have, on the right wing side there, you have Jacob Voracek, Travis Konechny, Joel Farabee, Nicholas Abe-Kubel, and Andre Casse. So, I look at that offense. So, first line, Giroux, Voracek, and Couturier. I think Konechny could even push for first line as well. That looks good. It's good offensively. It's good veteran-wise. Giroux, although he's getting up there in age, still playing pretty dang good. In all honesty, I thought he played pretty well. Second line, Lindblom, Hayes, Konechny. Lindblom back for full time. I think even JVR could push to second line, but that's if JVR could play well. JVR is one of those players where I think maybe that's one of the guys that should move out And maybe if there was a line A trade in place, they should have definitely tried and traded JVR to them, because I think he actually would be pretty useful in Winnipeg. But you know what I mean. So Lindblom, Hayes, and Konechny. Hayes probably showed the most effort in the whole playoffs, to be honest with you. And then you have Konechny there, pretty young, physical offensive forward, and Lindblom there playing back in full time. Third line, JVR, Nolan Patrick, and Joel Farabee. Farabee had chances. He got sent up and down. Same with Morgan Frost. We'll get into him in a little bit. But yeah, Farabee, I think, will definitely have a beneficial season. Patrick, we're going to see how he does in his third season and his first season back. We're going to see how interesting that's going to be. And then you have JVR, as I already mentioned. Fourth line, Michael Raffles, Scott Lofton, and Nicholas Abe-Kubel. I could even see Lofton pushing for third. Lofton played so well last season. If Lofton can carry the energy he had in the playoffs and the regular season last season to this season, I think the Flyers have a great center core. But yeah, Raffle, underrated. Lofton playing pretty well. Nicholas Abe-Kubel, a great up-and-coming rookie. Yeah, he accepted my request to go to his Instagram. Yeah. And then you have Andreoff, Frost, Rubstov, and Kase as your taxi squad for the forwards there. I think Frost will definitely get chances. Rubstov may even get chances as well, but I could see them maybe dealing Rubstov for a different forward or maybe even a defender. But yeah, I think this team looks pretty good on the offensive front. If everything goes right, this team looks dangerous, and I'm pretty excited to watch them play next season. On to the defense, there's still a little bit of I don't know. So lefty side there, Provorov, Gostisbehere, Sanheim, and then you have Haig, Pouliot, and Friedman as your fill-in players there. Lefty looks great. Right D side there, you have Philip Myers, Eric Gustafsson, and Justin Braun, and then I think maybe even Haig could swap over to the right D as well and play on that side. So I look at this and I say, okay, so Provorov and Myers. Myers, solid and young. Provorov, pretty good, pretty underrated too. It's ridiculous. Him and Adam Pelech. It's ridiculous how they include those two out of the list. It's just ridiculous, in my opinion. And then you have Gostisbehere and Gustafsson as your second pairing. I think even Sanheim could push to second pairing. Hell, I think Gostisbehere could even become a fill-in. I think Gostisbehere could become a healthy scratch. I think that may even happen at points. But yeah, I think they may even deal Gostisbehere. But I think Gostisbehere will definitely get chances. So yeah, if you take Gostisbehere out there, you have Sanheim and Haig as your bottom pairing left D. But yeah, Sanheim, Gostisbehere, Gustafsson, whatever you want to say it. Gustafsson, I hope he can play well with this Philadelphia lineup. He's the only new arrival for the Flyers as of right now. Maybe Cam York can come in there, and maybe Bobby Brink. They do it. They have some great young guys coming up. Philadelphia has some great young guys coming up, and that's what people don't realize. The young guys are ridiculously underrated. Bobby Brink got 2 goals in the World Juniors today. Yesterday at the time you're going to see this. And then Cam York's the captain. So, team's pretty young on this front. But yeah, the defense looks great. The third pairing of Braun's definitely on that third pairing. You could see Haig there. You could see Sanheim. It depends on who's there. But yeah, this defense looks great. It honestly looks great. I don't think they really need to do any changes to the defense besides maybe throw Gostisbehere off the team or trade Gostisbehere somewhere. Because, in all honesty, or maybe even put him on waivers. See who claims him on waivers. Because no one's really wanting Gostisbehere. He's really not that useful for Philadelphia right now, honestly. I mean, he's a fill-in guy, but he really hasn't benefited very well in the past 2 seasons. So, we'll see what happens on that front. On to the goaltending now. So, starting off there, you have Carter Hart as your starting goaltender. No surprise there. Brian Elliott, and then Alex Lyon. And then I even see these guys in the minor leagues there. You have Ustimenko and Sandstrom. I'm actually kind of excited about those guys because those guys are showing actually really a lot of potential. They are actually playing pretty well down there, so I'm pretty excited to see what they will do. But yeah, the goaltending looks great. Carter Hart is Carter Hart. Brian Elliott, I think, is a great backup. Pretty underrated. He's getting up there in age too. He's getting up there really old in age. But I think Brian Elliott will definitely play very well next season. Great backup. And the reason why I have so much faith in Brian Elliott is because in January, when Carter Hart got injured for those 2 to 3, 4 weeks, Elliott came in and played some of his best hockey I've ever seen. I've seen Elliott play some disappointing seasons, especially in 2017-18 and 2018-19. But yeah, I think Elliott has become a solid goaltender with Carter Hart in that spot there. But I think, yeah, the backup looks great. And Alex Lyon has been a middle-of-the-road goaltender when it comes to the NHL. The AHL, he's probably one of the best goalies ever. But yeah, Lyon, He does need some work to do. But I think this goaltending looks great. The offense looks great. The defense looks great. The goaltending looks great. This team, all in all, looks great. And that's something I never thought I'd say as a Flyers fan. As a Flyers fan, I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what? This is going to be another year of no championship. But last year and this year, and maybe even a few years, maybe even the next couple of years, I'm actually considering if the Flyers can actually make this. If the Flyers can actually seriously win a cup with this team. And, like, it would be amazing, too, to see Drew hold up a cup, Hart hold up a cup, Provorov. I can't even imagine that. And if he has his beard, I will lose my mind. That picture's going to save my camera roll, but you know what I mean. I'm jinxing my team right now. But anyways, let's get into the playoff prediction. So the playoff prediction for the Philadelphia Flyers. Do I think the Philadelphia Flyers will make the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs? The answer is yes. I have them as one of the top 3 teams. And as I said before, I have them as one of the teams that could potentially win a cup. I have the Flyers, the Avalanche, the Golden Knights, and I guess you can include the Islanders. Those are the 4 teams I see as definites of maybe winning cups in the next 4 years. Everyone else is just there. So you know what I mean. I mean, you could argue other teams, but you know. Right now, I think it's those 4 teams. And yeah, it would be awesome to see Claude Giroux hold up a cup. And if, in all honesty, you want to do it this year. If you want to see Giroux hold up a Stanley Cup, which I'm sure Flyers fans have been dying to do. I'm sure they've done it in NHL 21 dozens and dozens of times. But I think that the Flyers definitely have a shot. They may not win it this year, but they definitely have a shot for at least this year and next year. So let me hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. If you're a Flyers fan, hey, welcome. You made it to Flyers fan territory. And yeah, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. As we are trying to get to 700 subscribers by June of 2021. I highly doubt Philadelphia is going to be able to have fans in attendance, but if they do, you could see me at a Flyers game. So thank you all for watching, for the constant support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.